Hi guys, early Eid Mubarak. If you guys are watching this before Eid, in this video you guys will see this natural glowy makeup look with a little bit of extra glam. I applied some natural false lashes to look a little bit fancier. Also in this video I'm going to share this hijab style that I normally gravitate towards for fancier occasions. I feel like hijab and earrings look so elegant when done right. So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to start off with skincare because I don't know about you guys, but in Ramadan I look so dehydrated. So on Eid day I want to look fresh and I want to look at my best. So I'm going to go in with a daily peel pad. These are so great. They're really gentle. I've been using these for years and I just love them. It's a two-step. So the first one is like an exfoliating pad, and then you go in with a neutralizer, and it's basically like a calming toner, and it feels so good. Your skin will be squeaky clean and it'll look so glowy, I promise. Also, the other thing that I've already done, I haven't showed you guys, is I did a lip scrub. So I just take my toothbrush and I just like really gently, just like in circular motion, massage it over my lips, and that just gets rid of all the dead skin and my lips feel so smooth afterwards. So ideally I should put a lip balm on, but I just don't have one, so whatever. We're gonna roll with it. So I'm gonna start off with step number 1. So there's just like these little tiny wipes. I'm just wiping this really gently all over my face. It does tingle a little bit, so don't be alarmed. I'm gonna go in with step 2. Step 2 is also a little wet pad, and this feels so good when you rub it on your skin because the exfoliating one is kind of tingly and this just calms it all down. So now that I have a clean, smooth base, my face is still a little bit wet from the wipe. I'm gonna quickly go in with my jade roller now. You guys can say whatever you want, but this thing honestly makes my face feel so good. Even if this is like a little gimmick product, this works wonders on like a really puffy face, especially on Eid day. I don't know about you guys, but we can wake up so darn early in the morning to get ready for prayer that I usually am still really puffy in the morning, so this helps reduce that puffiness. The other thing that I really love, the gua sha tool that it comes with. I did this last night actually, and I swear by this. I promise you guys, I see like such a big difference. My face just looks so much more like chiseled. Like it just takes away like the water retention, I feel like. I could be making all this up, but I'm just telling you guys what I feel. Okay, so that is my face all jade rolled and gua sha'd. I'm promising you guys on a early morning, takes away puffiness at the minimum. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into skincare. For my moisturizer, I'm using my trusty Caudalie Venusaurus. I love this. It's so hydrating and so perfect. So I'm just gonna put a tiny bit. So for my primer, I'm using the Veil Mineral Primer by Hourglass. I'm gonna take just like a tiny dot and just put it pretty much on my T-zone. I mean, I have large pores, honestly, all over my face, but I honestly swear by this primer. It literally makes your skin look flawless. I have no idea what's in here. I've only been using it for about like 3 weeks now, but oh, I can't like wear my foundation without it anymore because this really smooths out my skin. I have like a lot of texture on my skin from acne, but this makes it look a lot smoother than it really is. Plus it has SPF 15 in it. I'm gonna go in with my foundation. I'm using the Anastasia foundation. I'm in the shade 260N. And I'm actually gonna go in with my fingers, and then I like to massage it in, and then at the end go in with a beauty blender and just blend it all out. So I'm gonna put about a pump on. I think that's good enough because I'm gonna go in with the concealer, and then I'm just gonna pat this all over my face. I know it's like the weirdest way to put foundation on, but I just find that this works really well for me. And then I just go in with my beauty blender at the very end and just blend everything out. Make sure there's no harsh lines. I'm actually gonna go in with a tiny bit more, literally like a tiny squirt, because I just didn't have enough for my forehead. So that's foundation on. Now I'm gonna go in with my damp beauty blender and just pat it all in. Make sure there's no streaks. And I think that's pretty good. So now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer. I'm using my Sephora Collections concealer in the shade Titan. I love this thing. I've been using it for like probably 5 years now. And yeah, I am going a little bit heavy with it. It is really lightweight, so like you can't go wrong with putting too much, but I'm just gonna kind of wherever I want there to be light, I'm gonna put this there. So pretty much that. And then I go in with my beauty blender and just blend this all out really lightly. Okay, so that is my concealer all blended out. I'm going to quickly set this with my powder before it creases. So I have two options. I go back and forth. I love both of them. I have the Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. This is awesome. But I also have the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. So I'm going to go with the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder today. Swirling it around, dusting it off, and then just patting it under my eye. And I'm patting it so it doesn't lift up any of the product. And I'm honestly just putting a little because I don't want it to look dry and cakey. Guys, I'm gonna go in with my Becca bronzer. I talk about this all the time. I really love it. I'm just gonna lightly contour. I'm not trying to go too heavy because honestly, in the morning, like it doesn't look good if I'm wearing like too much makeup at Eid prayer. My mom always says that. She was like, do you want to look like you're wearing a lot of makeup to Eid prayer? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? She's like, no, you don't. You don't want to look that way. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna try to contour my nose. This is honestly always a hit or miss. I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know how to do it. But I just put some at the tip of my nose to make it look a little bit smaller. And then I just go down the bridge of my nose. And I just like press down on my brush. I have no absolute technique. I just do that and I hope for the best. And then for my eye makeup, I usually just go in with my bronzer in my crease, and I'm actually going to still do that today because I'm not going for a heavy eye at all. At least as far as eyeshadow goes, I want to keep it like really natural, and I just want some like really voluminous lashes. So I'm just going to put the bronzer in my crease and I'm going to bring it down to my lower lash line just to like close off the whole look. Okay, this is another key product that's going to make you look so fresh and awake. It's the Glossier Cloud Paint. I don't know what's in here, but it gives the most beautiful, like, glistening sheen. It's so, so gorgeous, and a little goes a long way. So I'm going to literally put, like, the tiniest little dot. Ugh, even like that much was too much. And then I'm going to so lightly take a little thingy and then smile. And I'm just going to place it on the apples of my cheek. And I'm just going to do it with my fingers. So I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and just blend out a few spots. And that's pretty much it. Literally, I used the tiniest little dot and it gave like a beautiful glow. I'm going to quickly go in for my eyebrows. I'm just lightly filling in some spots that I don't have a lot of hair. Honestly, it's like super, super light. I don't do anything crazy with my brows. So that is good enough. And then I'm going to just take the same shadow and just like kind of line my waterline a little bit. I feel like it gives the illusion of thicker lashes. And since we're going for a very natural eye with fuller lashes, I feel like this looks really pretty. It's really good. And then I'm going to move into eyelashes. It's so easy, you guys. I'll show you guys my trick. So the first step is to curl your lashes. This will help blend in your real lashes with the fake ones. I don't go in with mascara. I know lots of people put on mascara on their real lashes and then put on falsies. I find that it just doesn't blend. I do it at the very end so both of them blend together. So now that I curled my lashes, I'm gonna peel off the lash strip and then I'm gonna go in with my lash glue. I'm using the Duo Glue, and honestly I recommend the black glue, but they didn't have it at my drugstore, so I just picked up the white one, but the black one is so much better. I feel like it's more seamless. So I put some glue on my lash strip. Now I'm gonna let this get tacky for about a minute because once they get a little bit tacky, it's so much easier for them to just like stick on to your lashes versus if it's like wet, oh, it's a disaster, it like slides everywhere. So while I wait for that, I guess I'll just go ahead and do my lips since we're waiting anyway. I'm gonna go in with my Morphe lip liner in the shade Sweetheart and just line my lips. I'm actually gonna use a small mirror. Okay, so that is my lips done. And now I'm going to follow it up with the lipstick She's Confident by Patrick Ta. It's a really beautiful like pinky color. I'm just going to focus it in the center of my lips to give it that pouty, fuller look. And then I'm going to top it off with my Morphe lip gloss in Chill. It's just a beautiful nudie color. And again, I'm going to just focus in the center of my lips. Okay, so that is my lips done. And now I think the lashes are tacky enough. So what you're going to want to do from here is get a set of tweezers and hold onto your lashes with the tweezer like so. And then the trick is to get a little compact mirror or anything you want and then look down. Like make sure your eyes are pretty much like at the verge of closing, because it's so much easier for you to see where your lash line is, and then you just plop it onto your lashes. And I'm just placing the lashes on my lid like that. And then I just take the corners and I bring it down, make sure it's stuck to my lashes. Same with the top piece, and then I like to flip my tweezers and just press down on the lashes. And sometimes if it lifts up, you can just bring it back down. What I like to do is hold the corners in for a few seconds to make sure that it's secure in place, because the worst thing is like when your lashes lift. Okay, so once that's in, then I like kind of just press it onto my lashes, and then I take the other side and I'm pressing down to make sure they're nice and secure. And that's pretty much it. Like, how easy and quick was that? Like, I promise this is like the best hack I've ever learned about. Okay, so you want to make sure you're not touching your lashes, just like leave them alone. I'm just giving them one last good press down. That is one eye done. Super, super easy. And like I said, if this was a black glue, it would look so much better than this. I wish I had gotten black just to show you guys how easy and like flawless false lashes application can be, but unfortunately that didn't work out. So again, I'm going to just look down, take my lashes, and just place it directly on top. I'm going to put some mascara on my bottom lashes while I wait for the top ones to dry up. Okay, so this is my look so far. Last finishing touches is highlighter. I'm just going to put some really lightly on the bridge of my nose to make it look longer and God knows what else, but it just looks pretty there. I'm not a makeup expert if you guys can't tell by now. And then I'm going to put some over my eyebrows to just like kind of lift my face. So I'm going to put some there. Okay, so I feel like my glue dried up a little bit, so I'm going to go in with my eyeliner. This is Huda Beauty Life Liner is what it's called. And I'm just going to really lightly, with the tip of this, just cover any white spots that I see, which is pretty much the glue. I'm not trying to put like an actual entire eyeliner. I'm just trying to cover up the spots. So I'm just going to go in and cover it. I covered as much as I could. And then lastly, I'm going to just blend my regular lashes with the false lashes. You want to make sure that you do this really, really carefully, because sometimes if your lashes aren't sitting properly, they could just get lifted all the way up and that's a disaster. So I'm just going to really lightly, just like not even wiggle through. I'm going to just like swipe it through. So I'm going to just like, I'm just going really, really lightly. And that is pretty much it. This is my Eid makeup look. I think it turned out really, really nice. The lashes might be a little too much for some of you guys, so feel free to skip the step. I would probably just go in with some mascara, like at least 2 coats, to make my lashes look like full. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm going to quickly change and show you how I do my hijab style for Eid or for fancier occasions. It's so simple. I've done so many reels on this, honestly, but I still get a ton of questions, and I think it looks so stunning when you're trying to look fancy. So let's do that. Okay, so for the hijab style, this is super, super easy and simple. I'm going to show you guys what I have on underneath my hijab first. So first of all, I have this volume scrunchie on. This is from Zahra the Label. I really love these ones because they're really, really lightweight. It's made out of this chiffon material and it's super, super stretchy. So I find that it doesn't weigh my head down like some of the other volume scrunchies. So I have this on. And then over top of that, I have on a really old jersey hijab that I cut up, and I use it kind of as a turban underneath underneath my hijab. So this is totally optional. This could easily be replaced with a hijab undercap or a tube cap, anything that normal people would wear under a hijab. I just choose to use this because I find that it wraps around my bun and my volume scrunchie and keeps it really tight in place. Sometimes I feel like the hijab caps like slide off throughout the day, and I find that this is more secure. If you guys want to know like how I cut this up, the dimensions and everything, I actually have a YouTube video on that already, so I'll link it here so you can check that out. But anyways, now moving on to the actual hijab style. So I'm just taking any hijab. I'm using chiffon. You can use any material you would like, and I'm going to place this over my head. Now, because I'm using chiffon and it does slip and slide everywhere, I'm going to pin it down a few places. So first of all, I'm going to start off with pinning it on the top of my head. I find that this really helps it stay centered and keeps like the point pretty much in place. So I'm going to pin the top of my head right there, and then I go in and I pretty much estimate like how loose or flowy I want the panels around my face to be. So sometimes I like it like really tight, sometimes I like it looser. For earrings, I will say you want it a little bit looser. So usually I like pin my hijab right here, but for when I'm wearing earrings, I'm going to pin it lower here. So that way there's like room for the earrings to actually show. So before I pin it, I'm going to take my earrings and pop it in. I just literally move my undercap and put on my earrings. I will say this hijab style works best with hoop earrings. It's just one of my personal favorites, honestly, and I feel like they show a lot more than like smaller earrings or more dainty earrings. So I have one on and I'm gonna put on the other. So like that, super easy. And then I'm gonna like start playing around with this. I like to take kind of like the inner portion as well as the front portion and like gather it up and do that pretty much. Now you can go in with a magnet if you want. These are actually really powerful, and this will keep your hijab in place all day long. Or you can go the traditional route and go with the long pins, and I just like kind of go up and down, up and down, up and down, like intertwine it, and it creates like this thingy right there. So either or works. You can either take this if you wanted to and put it there. You can use both if you're scared that your hijab is gonna fly off, whatever you want. And then from here, all you do is literally just toss it over your shoulder, and then obviously you can just adjust it to your liking and just pull out your earrings a little bit, and that is pretty much it. Like, I feel so silly showing this all the time because it really isn't complicated, and I'm not trying to make it complicated, but I always get a ton of questions. And with this one, you can also throw it over if you want. I like both of the panels draped over my shoulders for a fancier look. I feel like it looks more elegant, but you can do whatever you want. And yeah, this is pretty much it. This is what it looks like from the front. This is what it looks like from the side. And yeah, and you can also like play around with it. Like if you feel like this is a little bit too loose, you can loosen it. If you feel like it's too loose, you can bring your pins up. With the magnets, it's super easy. You can just like pull it up. I usually don't use the magnets, honestly. I use the straight pin because I'm just used to it. And I like to like just press it down on my head and like smooth it all out. It's like a hairstyle. Like you have to treat it like a hairstyle. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if you guys like these talk through get ready with me's. Happy Eid, early Eid Mubarak to all of you guys. And my next video will be a prep with me for Eid or the Eid vlog itself. So I really hope you guys have a lovely time with your families, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!